Hi everyone, I'm Beary Christmas, independent designer for Chalk Couture. I'm back today again with Beary Christmas and the Houndstooth. I keep getting that mixed up with herringbone, but it's Houndstooth. And I just want to show you all the different ways you can use one transfer. Today, what I did originally is I took this bear and I chalked it on MDF about 3/4 of an inch thick. And then I went and used my scroll saw, which is my new toy, and cut around it. And this is what I got. The chalk I used is chalk paste, and I used fresh linen, I think it's called. Let's see. Yes, fresh linen. And here are my bears. After I cut them out, you can see it's about 3/4 of an inch. Yeah, yesterday I had a lot of fun with cutting out a lot of stuff. But back to the bears. Now I want to put this houndstooth design on it. And if you notice on a lot of the transfers, they have distressed this. If you can see this, let me clear this surface a little bit. Every place that it is white is where the chalk is going to go through. And you can kind of see the little dots on here. That's intentional to make it look distressed, which I love for a couple reasons. First of all, it's very popular right now, the distressed farmhouse look. And also it's very forgiving. So that's what I'm going to try and do, is put these two on here. Now this houndstooth is a big transfer, so you got to be careful you don't get the sticky on the sticky. I've used it a few times, so it's, how many times did I use it? 1, 2, only 2 times, I guess. But I did a couple of these yesterday, so I can show you that later. But what I want to do is put the houndstooth on it, and then I want to distress it some more with ink around the edges, and also sanding it, because I want to distress it even more. So what I'm going to do with this, just seems like it'd be a little bit easier. Now this, since it's so big, you can cut it in portions if you want, but I'd rather not do that, because if I want it for a big piece, I don't want to have to piece the houndstooth, and you're just asking for mistakes. So if you're going to use it for a bigger surface, you can either do like I'm doing and just work with it like this, or you could buy 2 of them. One you cut up in smaller pieces and one you keep whole. All right, now I'm going to place this back, thinking about where this is going to chalk at. I don't want this one. I want it more like that. All right, it's going to chalk where all the white or the fresh linen is showing through. Now, from my experience, normally the ink doesn't work as well on this MDF when I go to cut it out, it kind of peels some of the ink off. But I'm okay with that because, in other words, chalk would be better. Chalk paste. But I'm all right with that because I don't care if some comes off because it just makes it look all the more distressed. I did put a little of wax over this to make it a little easier for the second layer on there. We'll see how it works. Anyway, I want to do one shimmer gold and one shimmer silver. And since I don't have that in paste, it's only in ink, that's what we're going to use. I have the shimmer silver and shimmer gold. Because it's Beary Christmas, right? So I want it to sparkle and shimmer. So one I'm going to do in silver, and one I am going to do in gold. Now I'm not going to do the face. I'm just going to do from the neck down. So I'm going to scoot this down a little bit. Hopefully my head's not going to be in there. And I'm just going to spread this on. That might not turn out too well. I have a little bit of a, oh well, like I said, distressed. A little bit of a bubble there, a wrinkle, we'll see. Scrape the excess off. Okay. Now, I want to reuse this, so I'm just going to get and again with ink, you have a little bit extra drying time. So I'm just going to go ahead and do the gold. Close this lid up. And this is some of our older ones, so I've had this for quite a while because it's a smaller size. Everything now we have is 3-ounce size. This is 2. All right, let's try the gold one. See how bright and shimmery, Christmassy? I like that. Now I'm having a little more trouble with this one, only because it's on camera and I have to keep it in a certain place. It's easier when you can do it, or you can get to it a little bit easier. But still, the process is the same. You just put the ink or the paste, whatever you're using on, scrape off the excess, and then peel and review and reveal. There's the gold, yay! And the silver. Oh, and that's, the wrinkles didn't hurt it at all. Okay, so that's cool. And Also, I see that the wax really helped because it didn't pull anything up. But my other thing is I do want more distressed. I like the shiny, but yet I want it more distressed. I want distress around the edges and even on the top a little bit. And I'm going to ink it. But not with this ink. I have some ink from making cards, and I'm going to I'll show you. Since the ink takes a while to dry, I'm going to put these aside. I'm going to bring out the ones I did yesterday. And I'm also going to remove this. Okay, now this one I already sanded a little bit, and you can see where it sanded some of this stuff off. And I'm good with that. That's kind of the look I'm going for. And you can go around the edges. I want to rough it up. I want it to be distressed. Of course, if you like it nice and shiny like that one is, certainly that's fine. That's the fun of it. You can play with it and do it however you want it to be. Now the silver one, it shows up good in the light, but sometimes when the light isn't getting it, it's harder to see. This one I haven't distressed yet, so just around the edges. I have, however, used ink on this one. I think I did on both of them on the edges, but I want to put a little bit more on there. See how it's distressing that? And I'm just going to take paper towel. Just wipe these off real good. Get my ink out of the way here. All right, now what I use around the edges, I just have regular ink pad here. This is a brown hazelnut, I believe. I don't want it too dark to begin with. So let me kind of brush some of that off. All right, we're going to go around the edges. This is what I do then. And I distress it. I want to antique it kind of, even around where those parts came off. And if I get too much, I'll just take the sanding block and go back over it. And I'm fine if some of it gets more on the surface. I'm good with that. Doing this on the wood is really kind of wearing that pad out. Okay, now if there's a little bit too much on places, just take the sanding block. I just keep going back and forth until I like what I have. And there they are. I'm going to put a little bit more. I distress this one a little bit more than the silver one. I really need to get a different pad on there. And you can come back and you can sand the edges again. Come and take the pad when there's not a whole lot of the ink on it. And there's my little guy. And that's how I distress it. But mainly, I wanted to show you how you can use one transfer many different ways. I do need to wipe this off before I bring the other things in here. I don't want this to get on it. Okay, I have my cutout, my Beary Christmas. And earlier, I did this pillow with Beary Christmas. This has the Houndstooth on one side with the Beary Christmas, and on this side is plain. That was a fun one to do. And then I did this t-shirt with Beary Christmas on it. And that is what I'm wearing Christmas Day. So, see, there's a whole bunch of stuff you can do with just one transfer, and there's a whole lot more. You can do it on canvas, a lot of different things. So I'm having a lot of fun. I should show you all the things I cut out yesterday. I cut out these vintage truck, turquoise and bright red. This one I antiqued already. This one I have not. Little things to go on the end of the truck. How cute is that, really? I love it. Then I cut out some candy canes. And all this stuff needs to be distressed yet and sanded. Some little gingerbread men. And I did some Easter bunny. See how cute they are? They just go on the end of the truck. Some crates. Here's some Christmas trees. The little ones will stand up. Watermelons. And hearts for Valentine's Day. So just change it up with the season. Anyway, I have to finish those, but that's just a sneak peek. That's what I did yesterday. It was fun. And I got the new add-on for fall, so I have some that I can add with bushels of apples and corn stalks. So, and they have pumpkins on there too. Anyway, this is fun. This is what I'm doing. This is how I spend my time. So I love it. If you love it, you want to shop around, look a little further, go to chalkcouture.com/Sherry Criswell. And once you're at my website, you can look around. You can shop or you can join. And whatever you want to do. So this is fun. That's it for today. So if you have any comments or questions, let me know. I will check them later and I'll get back with you. Thanks, guys. Have a great day. Bye.